Face front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Prize Podcast, a podcast where we talk Marvel comics, movies, merchandise, and more. Hi, I'm your host, Chris A. Boingo Ryder Gaston, and with me, as always, in the bullpen.
Representing the I resorted my shelves for the second of probably 3 times competition, the Vacuuminator is here.
I don't think it is a competition, sir. I think you're just being a little bit of a bitch.
I am a little bit of a bitch, but hey, at least I have a dedicated Marvel Legends shelf again.
Yeah.
You can kind of see, let's see, you can kind of see Spinneret there, like she's that shock of white.
Yeah.
Thanos is in the middle doing the snap. You got Mysterio on the end there.
Shame
So
DC doesn't have a figure
setup.
line like Marvel Legends.
Yeah, it's a shame there's no DC action figure line right now. I can't believe that. It's so weird.
So weird.
Yeah, somebody should really get on that.
Yeah.
Get like a good 6-inch scale DC action figure line, just making cool classic versions of characters and figures that tie in with the movies that could really do gangbusters going up against Marvel Legends, if you think about it.
Maybe get like a prominent artist from like a really heyday period of DC and like comics in general to kind of like head it up.
Just have Jim Lee designs all the figures. That would be awesome. Just like, man, Warner's really needs to get out of their ass with the DC toy license.
All right, is this joke dead in the ground yet?
Yeah, it'll never be dead as long as Todd is alive.
But hey, it's No Price Podcast time. We got to talk about shit.
Oh, it's sure. Yeah.
And boy,
happening.
Boy, do we have a lot of shit to talk about.
Oh, Buddy Holly howdy.
Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Oh. You're Mary Tyler Moore. Look, it's She-Hulk. Episode 7.
He's already flubbing. We did it.
What? I'm fucking idiot. What?
You burped as you said episode.
Oh, that's not a flub. That's just gross.
I guess you're right. Congratulations.
I got the number right.
You did. You really did. Look at you. This is episode 7, The Retreat, which is an episode I honestly wasn't expecting at all. I thought we had seen the last of Emil Blonsky in this show, but I guess not. And now I'm just not going to rule him out again. He could come back in the finale for all I know.
Yeah.
Also, I have no fucking idea when Matt Murdock is going to appear in this show. I know better than to make any more guesses.
There's one more episode left.
Really?
I think there is 1 or 2 episodes.
Okay. I thought there was 2, but I could see there being just 1.
It
But
may be
anyways.
2. This was really, really, really good.
This might be my favorite episode of the show so far.
Because the base premise of the episode is Matt Murdock will appear in a dream. Buster, don't.
Matt Murdock is only in the post-credit scene of the last episode.
But basically, Jen is going out with Josh, the guy she met at the wedding, for a couple dates. It looks really good. They fuck.
And then he ghosts her.
And yeah, and she's like, what? And she can't get it out of her head. And then the parole officer for Emil Blonsky says like, hey, something happened. I just want a little bit of backup. Also, hey, if he broke parole, he'll want his lawyer there. And she's like, yeah, all that makes sense. I'm coming. They get there, and it's just like, oh no, I just got shorted by fucking doing shit. Though I do agree with the fans kind of going like, the excuse he gave is a little bullshit, because the excuse he gave is like, it got caught up in like an electric fence, so I was trying to go after my favorite chicken. And
I didn't even think about it. I was just like, okay, that makes sense for the kind of character he is now.
But one of the people he's helping at the retreat is a guy with an electric sword. And maybe they got into a scuffle and he's trying to cover for the guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Or they're trying to just like cover in general. So like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Because that's the thing is we very quickly discover it's not just Emil and his 7 wives on the retreats. He is helping give kind of like motivational therapy to a bunch of obscure Marvel characters, and that kind of
D
like
and Z listers.
yeah, immediately endeared me to the episode because like it's one thing I've really enjoyed about this show, and it's something that you just can't do in movies, but I love about comics, and you can kind of get away with in shows every once in a while. And this show has been so good at it so far. It's just like it isn't just the big A-listers. It's not just the big bombastic characters that everybody knows. It's not even the B and the C and the D listers. There's also like these Z-list fucking weirdos that you just run into every once in a while and you have to deal with for a few minutes, like my boy, the Shocker. And
even then, Shocker compared to these guys is fucking A tier.
Yeah. And this is just like, here's a handful of some ones that you kind of have heard of. Like, I've heard the name Man-Bull before. Porcupine has been in one Ant-Man comic I've read, and the rest I kind of draw blank.
Elegula has been around for a while. He's been around since the 70s. He is a mutant. And part of his character in the comics was about hiding his mutant ability. Hiding his identity, much like how they were saying like he had a problem with in the retreat, which I think is not meant to hint at anything. It is meant to just be a fun little meta joke.
Mm-hmm.
I am very much of the belief it is not meant to lead to anything. We're not meant to take anything from it. It's just if you know the character, you know, oh, that's a cute little reference. And the last guy is Saracen, who is a vampire in the comics. Fielk is vibey.
So the way to get into the greater plot of the episode is Man-Bull and Saracen are in a big fight and they fuck up Jen's car and she has to stay away for a repairman, and that's where we get into some kind of character exploration.
Because she's just trying to find signal, and the only signal she has is in the group therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically just like.
But also, she runs into one of the wrecking crew who's repentant.
Yeah. Which is fun.
I love how he shows up and he's like, whoa, 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 no. I was on some fuckboy shit. I'm not a fuckboy no more. Don't fuck me up, please.
I don't have my fucking crowbar.
I deleted my 4chan account. I'm good.
And they just have a big conversation of like, what's the problem? What's the She-Hulk thing that every She-Hulk story deals with? Oh, it's about presentation and like self-esteem and like.
Buster, I'm not gonna do that. We're live.
Yeah, no, don't do that live, please. But it's basically like, hey, do the She-Hulk themes? Yeah, we'll do the She-Hulk themes real quick.
Let's do the things that the people from the comics want.
Yeah. And it's a big, fun, character-driven little comedy bit.
But it's all based around the fact that she got ghosted and she's having a hard time dealing with it and what those feelings kind of entail. And I kind of alluded to this on Twitter, but that really honestly did hit home for me. Because you kind of know a little bit of this story, Boingo, but I think, hey, Nightmare, I think everybody also kind of knows that, like, I really haven't had many partners in my life because my life is generally very busy. And I don't want to go into, like, a huge sob story, but basically I did try and get on the market for a little bit earlier this year. And it didn't work out in a very abrupt and very upsetting way that I wasn't ready for. And I didn't realize how upset about that I still was, that I'd been carrying that for most of the year. And this episode legitimately helped me deal with that and felt pretty therapeutic to the point where the thing the group tells Jen to do, I realized I hadn't done that, and I went and did that after watching the episode.
You went into the yurt?
Yeah, I went into the yurt. I have there's a yurt at my work, and I got to use it that day.
Yeah. It was very much of just saying, like, hey, there's going to be guys that only want to fuck She-Hulk. There's going to be guys who are only, like, who may be interested in Jen and may just ghost you from whatever. You just got to love and accept all of you on your own terms and not on other people's terms.
Very much so.
And she's like, you're fucking right. You're, like, she's Jen, she's She-Hulk. Yeah.
What's the matter, Nightmare? You've never heard of superhero romantic issues?
And all the while, you're thinking, oh fuck. Are these guys actually the bad guys and they're trying to get the thing from Jen?
I never had that thought at all. I was just like, oh wow, this is really nice.
There's a thing in the back of your head, and it's mostly for me when she's in the yurt and they're just standing in a line. And for a second, I was like, are they gonna try and tackle her and get the thing? And it didn't. And it's like, all right, cool. And then the final twist happened, and it's like, oh no, that was Josh.
Josh is a fuckboy.
Josh got what he wanted. Yeah, good episode.
Oh my god, I just realized we still haven't seen Frogman.
No.
And next is the last episode.
It's either last or the next to last.
It's gonna deal. The last episode will deal with that stuff. So we're gonna have that stuff. We're gonna have Matt, and we're gonna have Frogman all in the same episode finale. That's gonna have to be an extra long episode. Also, I just spotted this. What if Josh is Frogman?
Also, if Frogman and Daredevil are in the same goddamn episode, that is a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference, and I'm sorry, it has to be. He has to at one point say "Cowabunga."
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking it up. I'm trying. Let's see how many episodes She-Hulk
You know
has.
what would be the best thing ever? If Jin's like adamantly refusing to put on her super suit or do any legitimate superheroing all episode, and then it comes down to the final fight, and it's like they have no choice, and she just goes, "Cowabunga, it is then."
9. We're getting 9 episodes, so second to last.
Okay.
Next is second to last episode. Wizard.
She-Hulk is going to be like Wizard finale, where there's 2 finales, and the second finale is just lead into Born Again. I could see that.
Maybe. I don't know. But overall, good episode of She-Hulk. A lot of character work on Jen. A lot of fun, dumb references, and just like...
all couched in very serious issues that, like, yes, are inherent to She-Hulk, but also are still very relevant today, especially with how modern dating is. Like, yes, there's the big villain twist, the big comic booky villain twist at the end of this episode, but it's still playing into the sort of modern social commentary of, like, interdating and gender politics that this show has been very heavy on.
Yep. So who knows what's gonna happen there? I think there might have been like an episode preview for next episode that does have Matt Murdock in it.
Mm.
So next episode might be the Daredevil episode. If the next episode starts with Jen just looking at the camera and goes like, "Guys, here's the thing you've been wanting. Shut
and she
up."
just pulls him in from off screen.
Here he is. He's gonna show up in a few minutes. And he just listens, what's going on? I have no understanding of what's happening here. Shut up.
Who are you talking to? Why is there a camera suddenly floating in the air in front of us?
You can see that. Well, I can't see it. I can look. We'll explain that later when you reveal your devil. When you reveal your Daredevil? How the fuck do you know I'm Daredevil?
and then the opening scene is just like a normal She-Hulk opening scene in the law office, and then Matt comes running in like, all right, fucking explain.
Marvel, hire us. We're funny. We're funny guys. You're just little guys. Breaking the fourth wall. Oh, they've been breaking the fourth wall. The MCU needs Boingo.
The MCU must be boingified in order to make it back into the good graces of the mainstream.
No, the mainstream would hate Boingo-fied fucking Marvel because it's just as jokey.
Your MCU is the MCU that would include a scene of Spider-Man teaching the Beyonder how to poop.
Yeah.
And it would be all the better for it.
It would be better for it. What else would I have in my... Big Wheel would have shown up by now.
Yeah.
And a newspaper at least.
No, Big Wheel would have been the main villain of No Way Home. He's like, I can take you there, Spider-Man. Oh, I tricked you because Tony Stark was trying to steal my Big Wheel technology.
Why would Tony Stark need your big wheel? Because it's a big wheel. And it's just a really big wheel. What does it do? It rolls. That's what all wheels do. Well, this one also shoots lasers. The Iron Man shoots lasers, but it's just a wheel. I guess it's not a wheel.
Put Big Wheel and Born Again. Big Wheel and Stilt Man are the main villains of Born Again. Let's do it.
Did they do Typhoid Mary?
They haven't done Typhoid Mary yet.
They maybe do Typhoid Mary.
I could see them doing that, but they'd have to do something to get Vanessa out of the way.
Maybe. Hey, guess what?
What?
What? We have news!
Oh my god, the newest news of the news.
The nude news.
Ooh. We're doing that late night Canadian show?
No. No one wants to see you naked.
It's true. There's been a lot of MCU news this week, like a surprising amount.
There's also just been a lot of like toy news that we gotta fucking talk about.
Yeah, PulseCon really did a number on us, but you can hear more about that by listening to Modular Components this Friday.
With
Subscribe,
new video content. Took a while to fucking export that shit.
I was really surprised when you said you were doing that. I was like, okay, it's your computer.
I don't know, it took about like an hour and a half to render. Like, it didn't take super long, and it ran it like a champ. I just kind of let it render overnight, uploaded in the morning.
Fair enough. Can't wait to be able to do that again, because I've been able to do that with this computer in like 3 years.
Damn.
It's weird fan issues that I think I've told you about before.
True. So hey, we got a better look at Tenoch Huerta as Namor.
He looks like an Aztec man.
He looks like a Namor.
Look at that necklace. Look at that, like 5 different necklaces he's wearing.
He has pointed ears.
He's got earrings. He's got a spear. Oh my goodness. What a person.
I mean, he is a very sexy man. He fits Namor.
He kind of reminds me of what's the name of that wrestler from NXT whose gimmick was that he rips off his pants?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he looks kind of like that guy.
I know. MCU, I completely understand. Namor needs to be sexy. Namor needs to be hot. But could he have had a little bit bigger of a forehead? I'm just saying, could he had a little bit bigger of a forehead?
Sir, are you suggesting that Namor, Prince of the Sea, leader of the invaders, scourge of the Fantastic Four, and fucker of Reed Richards' wife, should look like a Code Lyoko character?
To an extent, yes. Am I wrong? No. Am I right? Also, no. But yeah, no, he looks good. He looks great. He's gonna be doing great in the role. And fuck off, weirdo comic book artist who thinks he's not ripped enough.
That was a thing?
Yeah, like a guy went like, I don't like his body. Why? How can he be Namor? And it's just like, I'm not sick, but I'm not well. It's so hot. I'm in hell.
God damn it! Here we go.
Yeah.
You've unleashed the monster, Buster.
Speaking of monsters, Disney Plus.
It's an app.
Marvel's changing Armor Wars to a movie instead of a Disney Plus show.
Honestly, I think this is great news.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been complaining about the Disney Plus shows feeling like they go on for too long in some cases. Like not just with Marvel, but with Star Wars as well. Like all I have heard about Obi-Wan since it ended is, oh my god, it's so long. They could have easily made a movie and it would have been just as good. And I'm like, you're fucking stupid. So I hope this will appease a few people, and if this is the best creative decision to make this a good product, a good experience and enjoyable, then hell yeah, let's do it. And I mean, Don Cheadle's a great actor. He's been doing the work in the MCU and all across Hollywood for years now. He kind of deserves a solo Marvel project. Let's do it. Let's see how this turns out. I'm still very excited. Because like this was one of my most exciting this and Falcon and Winter Soldier were the two Disney Plus announcements that I was initially the most excited for. So I'm still very much looking forward to this.
Yep, and it doesn't seem like any of the cast and crew are like changing because of it. It's just like, hey, let's just pare this down a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, Deadpool 3 got some news. It got a release date. It got a confirmation that it's in pre-production.
It's still in the MCU.
And Hugh Jackman's gonna be Wolverine.
Because remember, everybody, Hugh Jackman said all the way back during Age of Ultron, the only way he would play Wolverine again after Logan, because I think Logan was in pre-production at that time, was if it was in the MCU. And here's the thing. I think Ryan Reynolds did the same thing to get this movie made the way he wanted it made, the way he did to get the original Deadpool made. Because if you remember, Ryan Reynolds leaked the test footage because Fox didn't want to make it. And people reacted to the test footage so positively that they went and greenlit it after that. About a year ago, Ryan Reynolds said that his original pitch for Deadpool 3 was going to be that it would be Wolverine and Deadpool on a buddy cop road trip.
What if the road trip's to the MCU?
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. My one hope for this movie, because no matter what, it's probably going to be pretty good. I trust Reynolds and his crew. At this point, like, yes, Deadpool 2 wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still pretty good. My one thing, please, for the love of God, Hugh Jackman, wear the fucking suit for at least one action scene.
Yes.
I would love it if it's the whole movie, but if it's just one action scene, I'll be happy.
Christmas Rescue. Christmas recut. Yeah. Also, real quick,
funny.
The Deadpool costume Ryan Reynolds is wearing in the thumbnail is the X-Force Deadpool costume.
Yeah, the one from the end of Deadpool 2.
But it's just like, oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, maintains continuity.
I definitely don't think I don't think Hugh Jackman's playing Logan in the MCU. I don't think he's playing MCU Logan. I think he is playing Fox Logan coming to the MCU.
I think this is a passing of the torch movie. I think we might know who is playing MCU Logan and Deadpool by the end of this movie.
I wouldn't mind Ryan keeping playing Deadpool.
Mm.
And you know how I would do it? I would have this fun, young, hot comedian guy come in, just like go like, hey, you're Wade, I'm Wade. Look at us, both Deadpools. And Ryan just looks at him and goes, pulls out gun, bang. There's only room for one Deadpool here.
Oh, who would you want? What comedian would you want?
Bo Burnham.
Yeah. I was going to say Ronnie Chang because just the voice you used sounded a little like Ronnie Chang to me, but Bo Burnham would be such a better pick.
Bo Burnham would be fun. Who do you think, if it's the passing of the torch, who's your Logan? Who's your new Logan?
Well, some call him a bastard.
You're still on that.
I'm still on that. I still want the Bastard Pack as Wolverine and the Meat Man John Silver as Puck.
I think my picks for Logan are the guy from Letterkenny, the main guy from Letterkenny, or I've actually really come around to this one, Daniel Radcliffe.
I hadn't heard that.
He's short enough for it.
How tall is Daniel Radcliffe?
5'3", I think. He's short. He's a short man.
Okay. I could see it.
If
he gets a good Canadian accent going.
He can do the build. He's used to being a franchise player. He's used to doing roles that he wouldn't necessarily be 100% suited for.
Oh, imagine if we just completely erase Daniel Radcliffe's questionable past due to the franchise he's associated with in favor of he's a Marvel guy. He's never done anything. He's done some indie films, but he's a Marvel guy.
He's a Marvel.
No other fandom has access to this man. Fuck off.
Give him the perfect excuse. Oh, I can't do that Harry Potter thing. I got to do a Marvel event.
Daniel Radcliffe is Weird Al, but he's not going to be Weird Al in the MCU.
No, but he could definitely play. He could definitely be a good Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I still want Pac, but I'd take Daniel Radcliffe.
And I mean, he has the right kind of hair consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't even have to do a super ton of makeup.
You got to be very careful about what age you put Gene and Scott at, though.
He's not that old, and he can play younger.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's only in his early 30s.
Well, and I mean, Logan is also supposed to be fairly older than him in the comics too.
Yeah. But Ryan Reynolds also released a video after a couple days about all the concerns, and it's just all censored out.
Hey, dumb fucks! The big thing. We're not paving over what Logan did. This isn't going to be Logan erasure. Logan still happened. This might take place before that. Did you consider that?
Yeah. Timelines are fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it's fun to see them because also they're just friends in real life.
Yeah, they have chemistry on screen together. We can already see through this video, which is really cool.
And slightly less awesome MCU news. Blade's director, Sam Tariq, departs the project. It's not the end of the world, but still, with how on the back burner Blade has seemingly been as of late, it's another setback that it didn't need.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Already searching for a replacement. Principal photographer said to begin in a matter of weeks.
Apparently the script got leaked? What? Buster, where's your source?
Yeah. One of the news things you posted isn't there anymore.
What?
The Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer leak.
Well, that's your fault then.
We watched it though, but we'll just talk about it briefly. Twitter fuckers. Oh,
well, that's not real. That's not real humans.
Complaining about 2 mediocre action scenes in a script? You mean the worst way to read a fucking action scene?
Oh my god, it's almost like Marvel choreographs their action scenes on set.
Yeah.
This is something we've known for almost a decade now. Marvel choreographs their action. Marvel does their action scenes like how professional wrestling is planned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember, they didn't know they were going to have Spider-Man in the airport fight until the day of.
Yeah, it's very like that's how it works. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, reading a script is 100% different than watching a movie. A movie can be the best thing in the fucking world, and the script can be the driest fucking pieces of bullshit ever. Um,
Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer was good.
Ant-Man and Wasp trailer. I'm not sure if we saw all of it, but it seemed like
No, I
most
think
of
the
it.
first couple minutes are missing.
Yeah,
Or the first, like, minute.
yeah.
But Cassie Lang is wearing a costume. I'm happy.
Cassie Lang is wearing a costume. Bill Murray's in the MCU now.
What if he's MODOK? What if he puts his brain in a robot and it's MODOK?
Oh, I don't know. If Bill Murray's playing MODOK, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Because remember, MODOK was in the Comic-Con trailer, but he wasn't in the trailer that leaked.
Yeah. Because that was a D23 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a scene between not Hope. What's the
Janet?
Janet and Bill Murray's character. And she goes like, I spent a lot of time in the quantum realm. Some things happened.
Wasn't just standing in that one place, which kind of implies that Janet might have gotten around in the quantum realm, which could possibly potentially set up that my actual daughter Nadia Van Dyne might be making her way to the MCU. And
yeah,
I'm
Bill
just
Murray.
Gonna say this, and I'm just going to say the same thing I've been saying since I read a Nadia comic for the first time. Please, for the love of God, Marvel, cast Lauren Mayberry. She's literally exactly what Nadia looks like on the page.
Yeah, Bill Murray's was in the trailer, and we see some action beats and all that kind of stuff. And then the last little bit of it is just
Kang and Scott talking to each other, and it's exactly what you'd want it to be.
It's Kang being Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Intense, stoic, quiet. It's like,
oh, you're an Avenger? How many times did I kill you?
No. It was, an Avenger. Have I killed you yet?
It's just like, what?
What? No, I must not have yet. Still, I have need of you.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect casting, amazing Kang, beautiful.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this movie. People always write off the Ant-Man and the Wasp movies, but I like the first two. I like the first two, and I got a feeling this one is going to be a banger.
Yeah. Speaking of not banger, I don't know. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO says company is not for sale amid NBC Universal merger rumors.
Yeah, ever since the Zaslav shit started happening, people have been going like, are they doing a pump and dump here? Are they going to sell the company for parts? Apparently that's not the plan. Apparently they're doing something. I don't know what they're doing. Fucking okay.
Yeah, but I think they are selling it for parts just to themselves. It's just like, all right, cool. What's all the things that we can just, like, it's like, as Buster, since you're here, it's like SNK going full into pachinko.
You know what this is? This is the executive level speak equivalent of Han Solo going, no, we're fine here, everything's fine, just a slight weapons malfunction, we're fine. How are you?
But like they are stripping themselves down to see what they can make money off of. Mm-hmm. That's what I have a feeling they're doing.
Yeah.
Which, oh well. Marvel and DC director James Gunn marries Peacemaker actress Jennifer Holland. They've been dating for a while. And
yeah, I think they got engaged just before Peacemaker started filming. But like it's just a nice little thing that like, hey, it made the news. He was public about it. Well, they were public about it. So I figured it was worth bringing up here. Like, hey, they finally got married and they're a cute couple. Hooray for that.
Yeah, James Gunn's brother officiated the wedding, which was cute.
Hmm. I think he also posted the playlist for the wedding on Twitter too, which is very on brand.
It's very
Yeah,
Jason.
Peacemaker's Blu-ray did get announced today, but I didn't consider that like big enough news for the show. I do want it though.
Yeah. But yeah, no, good for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
We also got a Boom Studios interview from
Yeah,
PulseCon.
this thing is very long. We don't really need to sit through it, but basically, Hasbro PulseCon happened this weekend. We're going to be talking a lot about it for the rest of the show.
Yep.
But basically, there was an interview with the current writer for the Power Rangers comics, Ryan Parrott, and the incoming writer post issue 100, Melissa Flores, kind of talking about what has been going on in the book lately and kind of what's going to be happening going forward. And Buster, you're not going to enjoy Melissa Flores' era. She seems very similar to Ryan Parrott.
Oh, is she gonna be very space opera?
Apparently, her first arc is Rita comes back and she has new powers.
Ooh.
She has comic original powers that make her like a big scary lady because of the angst she got from exploring her backstory during Ryan Parrott's run.
God damn it, damn.
Yeah.
Busto
I'm
ain't
still
happy.
gonna read it. I'm still gonna read it. They did talk about issue 100 a lot as if it hadn't come out yet. They probably reported it like a day or two beforehand.
Yeah.
But issue 100 came out this week. We'll talk about it a little bit later. I liked it. I'm gonna continue reading the Power Rangers comics, but they're gonna do stuff that irks Buster because comics do what they do.
You know what? You know what you need? You know who you need to write the Power Rangers comic? You need one of those filthy ass dudes who just gets really fucking hype over fighting video games and Gundams and Godzilla.
So we need Daniel Warren Johnson.
Daniel Warren Johnson doing Power Rangers. That's what we need.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be into that.
Because I think that's the problem. It's like some people want Power Rangers to just be like this big dumb hype machine. It's just like, yeah. And other people just want Power Rangers to be like character. It's just like,
I'd like both. I'd like a little bit of both each issue, please and thank you.
and it's so far from just what you and Buster talk about. It feels like it leans too hard on character drama and not enough on hype shit.
Like they do hype shit. Like I want to say like every 3 issues, but it always feels very much like, oh, we have to do this to get to the other side of this arc. Okay.
No, you need hype shit every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Power Rangers should be hyper stylized. It should not be realism.
You know what we I'm not gonna make that joke. God damn it.
Make the joke.
We need a Power Rangers Hyperforce comic. I really don't like Hyperforce. It's mid as fuck.
Hey, guess what's not mid?
Toys.
Marvel Legends HasLab Ghost Rider.
Yeah, the Engine of Vengeance got a bit of an update. We did not make the goal for the early bird backing of getting Robbie Reyes as a separate figure. So they said, that sucks, but you know what? We still want you to be able to have that look. So we're going to include an alternate Robbie Reyes head and downed hoodie piece for the Ghost Rider figure, which I feel like is a nice compromise. I'm sure some people were very much like, that's cheating. That's going back on what you said. That compromises the integrity of the campaign. And I understand that. I'm a little worried about the precedent this sets for future HasLabs, but in this case, I think it's okay.
Part of me thinks they should not have had the early bird special. Just should have been the primary version that was initially debuted, and just make the first stretch goal figure the human body.
They could have done that,
Or make
but
that the last
I would.
stretch goal. Make
You know
that the
what?
last stretch goal.
You know what I would say? I would have just debuted this, but I would have said like, "Hey, early bird stretch goal. If you fund us in whatever in 1 week, you won't just get this. You'll get a separate body for the Robbie Reyes head."
Yeah, like this feels like more like a complete package, realistically, for like a big display set.
Yeah,
Like, the early bird version is a more complete version.
definitely. And I'm pulling it up right now just so we can do a quick check. Load. Okay, the campaign, as a reminder, it needs 9,000 backers. It's currently at 5,469 nice backers. And it has 29 days, 1 hour, and 27 minutes left to go.
And just because I'm curious and I'm a little hyped for the project, Heroes Escape has 1,200.
Ooh, it went up significantly today then.
Yeah. But no, we gotta talk about the Pulse, the con,
Yeah.
the Marvel Legends Pulse Con, because we got a good smattering of announcements, not like a super ton of things, but like a good.
They gave us a little bit of everything. It was very focused on X-Men because they said they're doing a big push for X-Men next year because it's the 60th anniversary. And it's a little unfortunate because this is the one panel that had scuff. For about 5 or 10 minutes, apparently the power went out in the studio they were broadcasting from, and we were just stuck on an image of a big accessory for an Iron Man, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But it was really scary and frustrating for me and Boingo. And it also caused us to miss a reveal. I don't know if it's included in this article, but I'll just go ahead and say it now just in case. We're getting a Pulse exclusive Daredevil free pack that is Zdarsky run Bullseye. I checked and confirmed that.
Oh, it is? Nice.
Yeah. White costume.
Is there a G.I. Joe with a sniper rifle? Because he needs to be the asshole with the sniper rifle. Oh man, I'm making Vac run. I'm making Vac wiggle.
That work?
Oh yes, that's the sniper rifle from the book.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That's a sniper rifle from the book, because remember, that's what Bullseye did in Zdarsky's run.
Yeah, that comes with a Spirit, the Native American guy who was actually designed by a Native American toy creator.
Wasn't it partially designed by one of the Black Eyed Peas?
He had input on it.
Yeah, he was a cultural input, like
cultural consultant, I think is the exact term they used, and that was at last year's PulseCon. I just remembered.
Nice.
But yeah, going to be Zdarsky run Bullseye, white costume Elektra, who, like, I don't love that look, but it's fine, and I like that it's coming with a new head for her. That's the poofy hair look.
Yeah,
because like I don't think they've done that in an Elektra figure. And the thing that made me cave on this $75 free pack, we're getting red costume Daredevil on the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body. I was literally asking for that on this show last week. I'm so excited.
Yeah, but let's go through everything they announced. So first things first, this was leaked, so they just ripped the Band-Aid off. We're getting a retro card, modular Iron Man with a big fucking gun. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
This can be either your animated series Iron Man or your Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Iron Man.
Because they give you both heads.
Honestly, it's going to be my evergreen shelf Iron Man. Like, I had decided to keep my regular modular armor to be my one shelf Iron Man. Mm-hmm. Because of computer troubles, I'm about to sell that. I've got this pre-order.
This would be Marvel. This would have to be my Marvel Iron Man.
Yeah, he is like, just look at how bright the colors on him too. He's gonna pop like crazy on a shelf.
It's great. It's beautiful. That's what all it comes with. Good pieces, good parts, all that stuff.
Very smart that they gave you a separate stand for the big blaster.
Mm-hmm. Comes in a big old box. Yeah, just all the stuff that comes with it.
And that's where it's scuffed out.
That's where it's scuffed. And the next thing we saw was this retro style Ghost Rider toy with the red bike.
Yeah, it looks cute. It looks like something that I can see a 45-year-old having on their desk, or that a 5-year-old could actually play with.
Yeah, it's a toy.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Iron Man stuff. Hello.
I think they just kept screen capping that.
Yeah.
Then they gave us the update on Robbie Reyes. I don't think we heard. Oh, we did hear something new. We saw Mephisto in hand, and he looks gorgeous. That was a hand painted prototype there.
Yeah, they look amazing together. Even though I don't think Robbie ever fought Mephisto.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing a bunch of spoopy dudes.
They look like they belong in the same universe, and that's what's important.
Mephisto looks great. Robbie looks great. I love the shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
And then we got a hint at the next stretch goal.
And about an hour later, people figured out that Jewel is the one that clasps the Goblin Queen Madeline Pryor's cape together.
Yep. So yeah, she's the Queen of Limbo right now. So sure, and we got Orb.
Orb, who is one of those figures that it's like, I don't give a fuck about this guy, but I'd buy that just because that is a wonderfully goofy design. Though kind of weird that it's on the Bucky Cap body when they said that was getting retired this year.
This was probably in production for a little bit beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But Orb looks cool. Can't wait to put him next to Uatu and Nick Fury.
Have him hanging out with Optic from Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. Orb is just... I love dumb shit Marvel like this.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of dumb shit Marvel, the next figure they revealed...
Molecule Man.
And it's a really good choice because this is technically his classic costume, but it's also the costume that he wore in the modern Secret Wars, so it can work for either. And it's on the frickin' Red Skull body that I love so much. Such a great, excellent choice. And Molecule Man's kind of an essential Marvel character, in my opinion, if you're going for like all the big important people. Like he's technically an honorary member of the Fantastic Four.
Yep. The only thing is you need a flight stand so you can hold them upside down, and you need to give Miles a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Because that's the best scene. That's the best scene in that whole fucking series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, he looks great. Looks amazing. We got a new Moonstone.
Yeah, this is going to be the next Walgreens exclusive. It's on the newer female body with the pinless double joints. And it looks like just generally a solid update to the old SDCC exclusive. However, I don't give a crap about Moonstone. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a character. We got What If Gamora. Looks neat.
We don't know anything about her yet, though. So it's just like, well, now we know there's going to be another Disney Plus wave. Okay.
Then we had a American football player just having a fun little interview segment where they gift him a brand new Wolverine in the X-Men uniform.
Yeah. Also, apparently that guy got injured during a game tonight.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But
stay home with your toys, good sir.
Yeah, heal up in a pile of Marvel Legends. They have rejuvenative capabilities, I swear. Just put all the
We don't like sports, but
yourself.
We don't like sports, but if a sports player likes toys, we like them.
Then they're all right in our book.
Yeah. But it was a cute little moment with him and his kid. And yep, we're getting X-Men uniform Wolverine.
There's going to be 2 series of retro collection next year for X-Men. Is kind of what this led into.
Yep. Great for a Danger Room display.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of what they're going for. I think they said that like all these, because there's a bunch of figures just in general X-Men uniforms in these waves. They said they're like trying to replicate a specific cover, but I don't remember what issue they said.
But yeah, no, it'd be really good for like a Danger Room thing. Wolverine looks great because he's Wolverine. They're always good. They do Wolverines really good.
Hasbro has perfected Wolverine for their current style of Marvel Legends. Like, could it be better? Yes. Is it as good as it should be for that line, bottom of the barrel? Yes.
We got a new long shot, or a re-release of a long shot.
Yeah, this is the long shot that's coming in the Mojo, I think it was an SECC exclusive set,
Mhm.
but re-released on a single card because there are people who don't give a crap about Mojo but love Longshot. So,
Which is weird because like he's a Mojo character,
mhm.
but Longshot's cool. Look at that mullet.
Yeah, look at that.
He's cool. He's like Longshot is like Gambit without the New Orleans
He's like if Gambit was a trucker.
with a trucker hat.
Yeah, put a big old trucker hat on him.
He also only has 3 fingers on each hand.
Yeah, nice attention to detail there.
I mean, that's just a weird thing he has in the comics, and it's just like you gotta keep that detail up.
Oh man, I didn't realize until now he's got the satchel piece from the Goblin figures.
Huh. We got a new multiple man.
Yeah, I think this is on the Vulcan body. I don't remember if they said what body it's on, but it looks like the Vulcan body to me. And it looks like a very good multiple man. He's got 2 different heads, so that's going to make army building a little more visually diverse. And he looks good, solid, posable, accurate to the costume. Everything you could want in a new multiple man except the jacket.
What was the jacket that I saw later on and just said that use that?
Black Series Endor Han Solo.
There we go.
But yeah, this looks great. And hey, people, if you're planning to army build him, there's 4 multiple mans on the box art. Get 4. Do it. 4 is the golden number for army building. I'm going to perpetuate this. It's going to be my meme. I'm going to make it happen.
What if it's 5?
5 is good. 5 is where you throw in the commanding officer. You have 4 grunts, and then you have one that's kind of the commanding officer. It looks a little bit different. I have 4 Cobra troopers, and I have a Cobra officer.
So you get 4 guys, and the 5th one you give them the jacket.
Mm-hmm.
We got a new Dark Phoenix, or a re-release Dark Phoenix.
I think this is the same body they've used for her in the past, but it's got brighter colors than any Dark Phoenix they've released before.
Yeah, because they were trying to replicate the darker, later colorings. This is trying to replicate cartoon. She looks good.
Yeah, it looks as good as that costume can.
Yeah. Avalanche, the one Avalanche no one gives a shit about.
Yeah, but literally, I think they said they're making him literally just because they're trying to finish the original Brotherhood of Evil.
Yeah. I mean, hey, some people probably enjoy him.
Yeah. He's going to make for a lot of really cool Peacemaker customs.
We have Peacemaker on Wish. We also got Spiral.
Yeah, people have been complaining, saying that they should have put her in the Mojo box set for forever. Turns out she had to be her own figure because that's how you make her good enough. You get that budget in there. Because this is a 6-armed figure with pinless joints. This is a female 6-armed figure with torso articulation. They couldn't do this for 6-armed Spider-Man, but here it is on this figure. And like, as somebody who doesn't give a crap about any of the Mojo World stuff, I kind of want this just because it looks like a fun action figure.
She looks amazing. It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Budget increase meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks good.
Yeah. She looks great. She looks like pretty much exactly what you'd want from her. Maybe a waist joint as well, but like as is, it's really good.
Yeah. We also got X-Men Costume Storm.
Yeah, this is leading into the second wave. They just have digital renders for these, but said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times again. Storm is incapable of having a bad fit.
We also got X-Men Costume Banshee.
Yeah, this was a really nice surprise because as I've said 3 times now this weekend, Dwight hates Banshee. He's one of his least favorite characters, and he has often said that he will never allow Banshee to be in the modern line because if it happens, he's going to make that figure, and it will be the last figure he does before he retires. And they revealed this, and I was like, is Dwight about to announce he's retiring next year? And then they cut back to the boys, the lads, and Dwight and Ryan and Dan were teasing Dwight, and he was like, "This is me bending the rules."
You like Devil Artemis? I'm not sure what you're. talking about hell.
Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be a reference to.
Is it this? Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe
We also got the fucking
Dwight
helmet.
Dwight wearing Strife's helmet, because apparently they just have a replica banging around the office right now, and they were like, "Hey, does this look cool? Would you guys like us to make this? Also,
And
look, new Strife figure here.
look at this fucking asshole. I love him.
Yeah, he looks good.
So fucking dumb.
I don't care about Strife, but that looks like a good figure of him.
Look at his nipples.
All right, hell, I understand.
Yeah. Look at this dumbass man.
Look at his big shell Superman cape that everybody's going to replace with a cloth one.
The helmet looks surprisingly good, which is just like very
Yeah.
surprising. And the last VHS box, X-Men, is Cyclops.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really surprised by this, but it looks good. I like the shading on this one. Normally, I'm like the shading is a little too much, but here it actually really works. Helps make the colors pop on him much better.
And yeah, it's a classic Cyclops.
Mhm. For some people, this is the Cyclops costume.
It's real good.
Mhm.
Showing off all the VHS, just some of
Yeah.
the stuff that's coming out. Mojo.
I just realized they didn't do a Magneto. That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But they are retiring the VHS series for X-Men next year because they're going to be switching to Spider-Man, the animated series, starting with a 2-pack of Black Suit Spidey and
Carnage.
I almost said Venom, but no, Carnage. I really hope, because we've already got a Black Suit Spidey on the retro body. Let's get Black Suit Spidey on that Renew Your Vows body.
Yeah. After they do Spider-Man, what else are they gonna do?
I think they might do I think they might start alternating once a year, like do a wave of X-Men, do a wave of Spider-Man until they've exhausted all the characters from both those shows.
It's way past the era of the VHS, but you know who they should do next? Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Go full stylized.
I don't think they would. I've never heard these guys talk about Earth's Mightiest Heroes or Evolution or anything newer than the 90s. Like, they'll do figures based on new comics, but it always feels like this comic got really big, so we felt like we had to read it, and now we're making figures out of it.
Yeah. Do we need to go through the other... oh, that one has a Daredevil pick. That's why you put it on here.
Oh, okay. That's why I did.
We're going through the next list of...
Yeah, you're opening up more
news.
More links, more rare, obscure kitty cats.
What's new, pussycat?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What's new, pussycat?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Pussycat, pussycat, I
love you. Yes, I do.
All right. I'm looking for the Daredevil because that's the only thing we need from this page. There's a bunch of Power Rangers.
Yeah, because it's just all the pre-order stock photos.
There's a bunch of other things. There's Ken. There we are. Here we go. So here's the Daredevil stuff. So we got Elektra here.
Mm-hmm. Looking fly. Obviously, a lot of reuse from the red costume they did in the Spitter Wave, but look at that head.
Look at that hair.
Look at that hair.
Look at that hair.
She looks like fucking Medusa. I love it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. And that
Daredevil.
Oh, that's a good looking boy. The only way this boy could be better is if they resculpted the legs to be baggy pants.
Bendis? Is this Bendis era?
I guess it could serve as that. Like the Bucky Cat body one could be like your Frank Miller Daredevil. This could be Bendis and like what's his name, Mark Waid era.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already done the Charles Soule black costume Daredevil. So all we need now is Zdarsky. Ooh. Yeah. But I'm a buy this, and this will be my shelf Daredevil for the foreseeable future. And I might resell Bullseye and Elektra, honestly, just because like I'd rather have their classic looks.
Yeah.
Or if we ever get a Daredevil Elektra, I'll get that.
The fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, that's Daredevil stuff. that we've
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah, we showed it. It's scuffed out. We couldn't see it, but now you can see it. Congratulations.
We're getting a SH Figure Arts integrated suit Spider-Man Final Battle. Look at that.
Yeah, this is technically a re-release of the one they released before the movie came out, but it's got a bit of updated deco to better match the actual look in the movie because they were working off concept art for that first one. And it's basically being released to match up with the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire they're putting out, because it's going to come with like the pointing hands that those guys are coming with, and see, there's a direct comparison. And it's also going to come with a Tom Holland head, I believe. The original did not. And for this, they announced that Toby is going to be coming with a second unmasked head.
Nice.
Which is you can kind of pinpoint where in the movie it's from, unlike the other one.
It's all good. It's real good Spider-Mans.
Yeah. And just so people know, the pre-order for the Marvel Legends free pack that's Hasbro Pulse exclusive actually closed the day after PulseCon today. So if you didn't get in on that, it's kind of these guys or nothing.
Yeah.
But
hey, Black Adam figures by Hot Toys. Look at that rock.
This what is this, like the 20th toy company to get their hands on Dwayne's likeness?
Yeah. That man is swimming in toy residuals.
Mm-hmm.
This man knew exactly what the fuck he was doing.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson is an industry unto himself at this point.
It looks good.
A lot of money.
Like, doesn't seem like it comes with a... Oh my god, can he do the fucking rock eyebrow? He comes with that alternate head for the people's eyebrow. Look, that's the people's eyebrow!
Great job there, Hot Toys. Great job.
Where's that fucking... Where's that one I just had? It just fucking disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's the people's eyebrow.
Amazing.
Yeah, look, it's neat. It's fine. It's fucking Black Adam.
We are being funny now. We brought up the people's eyebrow.
Alright, yeah, whatever. It's fucking Rich Toys.
The final figure in the DC Multiverse Gold Label Build a Starro wave is John Stewart Power Ring.
Is this a thing in the comics?
I guess. I don't know much about the Crime Syndicate. I think everybody's just buying these figures for the Starro parts, honestly. And with good reason. We haven't gotten many 6-inch scale Starros before, and it looks real good. I've seen some nearly complete ones in hand.
Question. Would this be a scale version of Jarro? Like, it could be a scale, like, one-to-one scale version of Jarro for you, a human person.
Potentially.
Either way, it's alright. Fucking whatever. Batmo Beast.
Round 2. We took off the fucking the body boogaloo. Apparently, this is a thing in the comic. It does get stripped down like this at one point. It's neat to see a figure can actually fit in there. We never really figured out if it could with the first version, and this is actually coming with a figure to kind of make the price look more better. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want this in my collection, but I could see myself being very into playing with it outside as a kid.
It's suboptimal. It's suboptimal. Multiverse Bat Family 5-pack exclusive. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that happy family.
That that happy family. Look at the fucking angry head sculpts they put on Nightwing and Damian.
Jesus.
I hate. This is so frustratingly almost good because I like most of these looks for the Bat family,
And
but
here's
then
the
they
thing:
put.
they have Dick fucking smiling on the box.
Mhm. But no, they had to give everybody a new head sculpt to justify putting them out these because these are previously released bodies. To justify putting these out again, everybody has a new head sculpt. And for some reason they chose to give fucking Dick Grayson an angry battle face. Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Jason with the crowbar.
Oh, you're so funny, so edgy, writer.
Damien looks cool. He looks fine.
He looks all right.
I just
Uh,
realized who's not here.
a
Tim.
lot of people.
Yeah. That's a bad Dick face.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Like that legitimately sucks. That ruins the whole thing.
God
If
damn
I can't have Richard Grayson smiling, then what's the point?
Richard Grayson Wayne smiling, please.
That never happened. Never in a million years.
Oh, would it be Richard Wayne Grayson?
I don't know. I don't think he took Bruce's name at all because he was a ward, not an adoption.
Yeah.
The next wave of Spawn universe, we have full pretty promotional pictures. I like Sam and Twitch.
Yeah.
I think they look cool.
Yeah.
I like those characters. Look at them.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a thing.
That
Oh
is a
man,
thing.
look at
I can't believe it's not anti-venom.
yeah. It's fucking just literally little look on his face.
God, what are you doing?
Todd, who the fuck are you? I can't believe it's not Black Knight.
Yeah. That just looks like a Venom figure. You just changed that chest logo. That's Venom.
This is just Eddie Brock. Fucking King in Black.
Like, and here's the thing. I think most of these are like new characters that he recently created in like the post-King Spawn era. So like it's entirely possible he's just riffing off of Donny Cates here. Look at fucking Omega Spawn. I know that's this guy's name because people found him in hand first, so I saw pictures of the box.
All right, cool. Whatever. Whatever.
Congratulations, Todd.
Todd.
Congratulations, Todd. You managed to make the most lame, samey wave of toys I've ever seen in my life.
Judge Dredd, Black and White, Judge Fear. Yeah.
Correct, Buster. Yeah, this is a straight re-release of their first Judge Fear, but it's gonna be in monochrome colors. So if you're a stickler for that, oh, it's a black and white comic, I need black and white figures kind of thing, here you go.
It looks neat.
And that's all the news.
That's all the news.
We knew the news, and now you knew the news.
News.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You can go stick it up your butt.
You can all tune out while we talk about comics, because we know that's how you do it. We've been looking at the analytics this week.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Captain America, Symbol of Truth.
This was a fucking baller issue.
This was great.
I'm finally fully into this book for once. Not to say like I didn't like it before this, but this issue just made me go like, yeah.
Because Sam just going like, y'all fuckers with your superiority. Where's that fucking superiority when it comes to helping people?
Like this is just the politics of the Black Panther movie, but played as an argument between Sam Wilson and T'Challa.
And like, I love the very simple way he just shuts down T'Challa. It's like, we did it to protect our home. Yeah. Just like how my dad died and my mom died with nothing. Real great protection there, bud. You're only special because a meteor landed in your backyard and not in ours.
But also because of him coming in and interfering, Wakanda goes, we're going to stop accepting American visas. You guys aren't going to be able to immigrate here anymore. Fuck you. So now every black person in America is going to be mad at Sam Wilson for like the 10th time in Marvel history.
And T'Challa goes like, "Hey, buddy, we have a disagreement. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That's fucked. I'm sorry. It's fine. We'll be Avengers again, work together later, but like...
The people will love us again in 6 months.
You know, it's good though. Good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I liked it. I'll just do what I always do, annoy Vac by asking stupid questions. That is my role and accept it. Wow, Nightmare, I never expected to hear that coming from you.
Next, we both read Ant-Man #3.
This fucking issue. Let's go, my boy.
Here's the thing.
Scott Lang is here, and he brought his daughter to work.
I flipped through the issue just like real quick before I read it. And, like, I did it, like, one day, and I was like, I'll read it another day. I flipped through it, and I was like, no, did they ruin this book by making it Judgment Day tied in? Because I saw this giant celestial, I was like, no! And then I read the book, I was like, oh, thank God.
This is tied into current Avengers stuff.
But it's like current Avengers, like, 3 years ago.
It's dealing with an inherently Ant-Man issue, which is fucking Ultron Pym.
Yep. It's fun. It's lighthearted. I like Cassie basically going like, Dad, you're an Avenger, and yet you keep trying to suck up to them.
That's kind of been Cassie's character ever since she became Stinger. Is just like, Dad, will you have some self-recocking spect?
You're cool. Just believe you're cool.
Believe in the me who believes in you.
Why isn't she Stature? Or is it like a Giant Man situation where she's Stature when she grows, Stinger when she shrinks?
She lost her powers during the Children's Crusade and was just Cassie for a while. Then during the Nick Spencer run of Ant-Man, she got new Pym-based powers from villains and became Stinger. And that's actually not her original Stinger costume. Her original Stinger costume is an adaptation of a costume concept for the original Thunderbolts team. But this new one was introduced by Zeb Wells in his Ant-Man miniseries from a couple of years ago. And initially I hated it, but it's really grown on me. And it also seems to be the one they're basing the Stinger costume in Quantumania off of.
So Scott Lang is you? To an extent. It's just, he really wants to be valued. And Cassie's just going like, you have value, Dad.
Dude, I just had an amazing idea.
Yeah.
Remember how, like, for a while there, one of my biggest Marvel Legends once was a 2-pack of Modern Janet and Nadia?
Yeah.
We got an Ant-Man movie coming up. Let's make it a free pack. Give me Modern Janet and Nadia, and give me current Stinger. Because we have a figure of Stinger's look from the Nick Spencer run, but we don't have this look yet. Give me a Wasp free pack. Let's go.
Also, the first time Scott Lang fought Black Ant.
Yeah, that's bizarre, but still cool.
Yeah.
I love how he goes, oh, dude, we should totally be Nemesis. Look me up on Hench, which is a reference to the Nick Spencer run. The Hench app was how Cassie got her Stinger powers.
Yeah, like, it's... Ewing loves used continuity. He loves using it. But then Scott Lang gets fucking transported to the future and he has to fight All-Father Pimtron? It's big, it's dumb, it's hilarious.
Yeah, but he's gonna have the other Ant-Mans to back him up. I'm looking forward to the final issue.
Yeah. This is a good love letter to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I read Batman Beyond the White Knight.
Oh, this book is still happening.
Yeah, it's still happening. This is 5. I think it's a 6-issue miniseries. And there's a lot of confrontation happening. Bruce finally sees Terry McGinnis and goes like, Terry, you can't be working with powers. And Terry goes like, yeah, no, I know. I just wanted to fucking get close to the information. I don't give a shit about him. And all the while, Bruce Wayne was trying to infiltrate the tower and he's working with Joker, the Joker AI that's in his head now. And so they're just going through shit. And he says a line, and it's just like, this is a very classic Batman line. And Joker in the head goes like, "Oh my god, you said the line!" And then Bruce Wayne says like, "I knew you'd like that." Like, now they're working together, they're
That's
friendly.
great. I love Bruce Wayne and Jack Napier becoming friends via the afterlife.
Yeah. So they go through this whole big thing. They meet up with Terry McGinnis. They're trying to escape the tower. They got information, blah, blah, blah. They're doing all the stuff. Powers gets covered in toxic goo. He turns into Blight,
Hey, he
classic
did the
Beyond
thing.
stuff.
Is he going to do the meme? Has he done the meme yet?
No, he has not done the meme yet.
He needs to do the meme next issue.
And we end it with basically at one point, Bruce Wayne starts having a panic attack. So the AI Joker in his head takes over his body. And Bruce Wayne's like, the first thing he says, like, "What the fuck did you do?" "All right, cool, whatever. Here's how you fight these guys." Like, he's just like, "Whatever, we're in this situation, we just got to deal with it."
So he has a MCU Moon Knight moment.
Yeah, but he's conscious at the whole time. So Jack is like fighting like Batman. And he's going like, "This is the best thing in the fucking world." And he's just being Batman for a night, which is just like fun. And like they get to this giant pit, and he goes like, "Why is there a giant pit? You'd be surprised why you would need a giant pit in a factory like this. But either way, you need to jump over." We're not able to jump over this. Jack, you have no idea the amount of squats I have done over the years. We can jump over this.
Bruce Wayne's like Chris Benoit. He did 100 squats every morning.
But then like they escape, do all the stuff, and they run into Harley Quinn back at her apartment. They do all the stuff so they can tell her that, "Oh, by the way, your kid's safe."
Question.
Yes.
Did anything else ever happen with Neo Joker in this series? This multiple books?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But basically Jack's still in control of the body, and Bruce goes like, "Hey, this is a chance. Say everything you want to say to her." And it's just like he just lays it out and says like, I care about you," all this kind of stuff. And basically
Neo. Okay, long story short, Buster, Neo Joker is actually really cool because Neo Joker is modern Harley Quinn who gets mad because classic Harley Quinn rehabilitates the Joker, helps him with his rehabilitation.
Oh no, nothing in that. I think that ended in like the second part of the White Knight trilogy.
Yeah, but she gets mad about that, and she goes, "Well, fine, if you won't be the Joker, then I will be. I'm Neo Joker!" And she ends up being the big bad of the first White Knight book. It's actually really awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. It's also a really nice meta deconstruction of the multiple versions of Harley Quinn that have shown up through the years.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Jack says all these sweet, lovely things to Harley Quinn. And then the way we've been able to see Jack in the body is it's Joker's head on top of Bruce Wayne's body. And the final panel is Bruce Wayne's head on Bruce Wayne's body kissing Harley Quinn. And it's just kind of showing that through this bit, through working with the AI Jack, Bruce Wayne is learning to accept that he does, in fact, care for Harley Quinn.
Hey, I'm sure 5 shippers out there are happy.
Okay, here's the thing. In this universe, yes. This is the only universe Batman and Harley Quinn should get together.
Yeah, I don't understand why people wanted that to happen so bad in the DCAU.
It's just I can see it because of
Again, I'm one of the people who I still hold a candle for Batman / Wonder Woman because of the DCAU.
Yeah. No, but here's in any other context, no. In this context, yes. Bruce Wayne and Harley Quinn care and love for each other.
Also, before we move on to 4, I need to correct myself on a thing I said during Ant-Man.
Yes.
The original Cassie Lang Stinger suit is not based off of a Thunderbolts concept. It's based off of the suit she had as Stinger in the MC2 Spider-Woman comic.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was. I just remembered like there was a bunch of hullabaloo at the time of like, oh, they might be, because that was around the time of Renew Your Vows as well. It was like, oh, they might be canonizing because Cassie Lang is becoming Stinger and they're doing Renew Your Vows. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Shame. So Thor, Ewing, Kate, plotted together, but Ewing wrote it. This is Thor doing.
Is this the first time Cates has written Venom since leaving the book?
I think so. He didn't write him; he plotted it.
Okay.
But basically, Thor is sad because he had to as Hulk Thor, he broke the Rainbow Bridge, and it's like, fuck me, I'm supposed to be the God King shit, and fucked up, and like Hammer Dad is going like, yo, dude, like, hey, it wasn't your fault, you were hulked out, it's fine, and he goes like, yeah, I understand that, but it's so broken.
Yeah.
And then Loki shows up and goes like, oh, you having a pity party? And Thor just goes like, I don't need this, Loki. I don't need this.
Loki, can you not? Can you not right now?
And he goes like, all right, cool, whatever. Fine. I was just here to check on Donald Blake, who's still getting fucking acid in his face.
Ooh.
Thor doesn't know that. And goes like, what do you need? What do you need, Thor? And he goes like, I need someone to help me fix the Rainbow Bridge. Cool, I can do that. So they go, and Loki goes like, all right, I looked at all the shit. So rough estimate, the physical bridge got broken, but the magical shit's still there. But it's destroyed in rubble. So it may take me about a month to a millennia to clean up all the magic residue. And Sif and Thor are going like, that's suboptimal. What else can we do? And Loki goes like, all right, cool. What if, follow me here, we don't need the Rainbow Bridge. What if we made something new in the meantime? And Thor goes like, all right, cool. We can work on that. So what do you got? And Loki goes like, all right, cool. I'm no Ilyana Rasputin, but I know how to open up a portal to Limbo.
Hey.
So he opens up a portal to Limbo, and a demon pops out. And Thor goes like, what the fuck did you do? I don't know, he just popped out. He's covered in black goo. It's an old Thor demon he used to fight.
Okay.
Like, it's an old character, it's not something new. He's covered in this black goo. They fight for a little bit, some of the black goo falls off, and it starts to reconstruct itself, and they're going like, oh, what the fuck's happening? And then, hi, I'm Eddie Brock. I saw some Clintar goo here at this time. I have no idea what's going on, but I think I have a rough idea. Do you need help? And Thor goes like, yeah. So they go and fight, and Eddie just fills him in on what's been going on in Venom. Oh yeah, that's fucking related to Bedlam. I've been fighting them. And they go like, yeah, he's pretty strong.
Thor goes, wait, Eddie Brock, where have I heard that name? You're the guy who's constantly fucking with Spider-Man. He's a nice kid. Leave him alone. Dude, that was decades ago.
That, for me, that's like 5 minutes. But they go and fight the demon, and it's just like a big battle brouhaha. It's not over yet, you know. No, the demon goes like, basically they say like, oh yeah, the demon has like weird demonic metal in his system and he can change it into things, and he turns and makes a demon hammer.
All right,
it's fun. Oh, there's one great line I really want to mention.
Okay.
Thor's going like, we need a new Bifrost, and Loki just looks at him. It's a full panel and just goes like, well, you need a Bifrost. Luckily, I'm a Bifrost giant. Let me help.
Is that where you got the idea from that line you said about the G.I. Joe with the parrot last night?
No! I read that today, and I was just like, oh, hell yeah.
Okay. You're like, oh, Donny Cates, great minds think alike.
X-Men, number 15.
I almost read this and then I got like a page in and I was like, this is a lot of bullshit I don't want to deal with right now.
The kids from the vault. They're dealing with the vault kids. They
Hmm.
reveal how they're actually dealing with them. See, the vault was supposed to open, but Forge made basically the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's a Matrix for them, so they're living a fantasy life in like a digital world. And Forge is just going like, all right, cool. So I'm just gonna pop in, pop out with Darwin, because like it's kind of fucked that we just left Darwin in there. We need to save Darwin. And
Yeah,
they're
I'm
like, oh,
literally just scrolling through it right now. I like how this is really non sequitur, but I love how every artist has just immediately gotten on the same page with Magic's new costume. Like that is so much better than the way things are going at DC right now.
yeah. Marvel tends to be a little bit more on the ball with like wide changing in costumes. Like Jean
Mhm.
Grey has the same costume in every appearance she has.
Well, I
Like,
mean, and it's especially impressive because the fucking X-Men books are like slightly delayed right now,
yeah.
or at least they were for a while there.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, no, that sounds cool. I might read the next issue if we're going to be dealing with Darwin.
yep. And that's kind of where it ends. He's in the vault now looking for Darwin. Detective Comics. You read
Let's
that.
fucking go. The book that is literally going like, hey, you're excited about Chip Zdarsky on Batman? That's great, but like Detective Comics can be really fucking good too, bro.
I
Um,
just love the covers. They're just really, that's a really good cover.
it's such a cool different cover style that like no other book at DC is doing right now, and I really like it.
That's like a cover you would see on an image book.
Mhm. But yeah, this is a really fun issue because it's actually very heavily focused on Talia's character and kind of like her struggles to get on the same page as the men in her life. Like it opens to a flashback of her training Damien pre Bruce meeting him. There's a really cool fight between her and Bruce in this, and there's a lot of like Bruce doing Batman stuff away from her, but relates to what's going on with her, which is that her and the League are fucking scared of this Eldridge royal family that's coming back to Gotham that has a claim on Gotham. And they were going to try and assassinate them right after they got on their boat. But Bruce is fighting her, and he's like, oh, she's distracting me. She's not actually fighting to win. What is she trying to do? Uh, what's happening today? What current events? Oh fuck the docks, and that's how the issue ends.
Oh,
It's really good. I liked it a lot.
hell yeah. Oh no, I am not active page. There we go. We both read Amazing Spider-Man number 10, Legacy number 904. This is really good.
I feel very tentative about saying this, but I think this might be my favorite issue of Spider-Man I've read in a few years. This was really good
This was really
because
good.
like it's exactly the kind of Spider-Man angst you want, and it's done really well to tie into Judgment Day without feeling like everything's on hold because of Judgment Day. It's let's explore the current status quo of this book by way of Judgment Day, which I really like.
The only thing I dislike about this book, and I've said it multiple times to back, I dislike the way this artist draw eyes. The irises and pupils are too small.
I think it works for this issue though, because everybody's supposed to be scared out of their minds by what they're seeing.
I also don't like how they drew Peter's scruff of just
I
weird
didn't
straight
mind it.
lines.
I thought
Um,
it was all right, but like, yeah, I just loved seeing like who all everybody was seeing judging them. It's kind of funny that we never saw who was judging JJ. I hope it was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man would make sense. His son might also make sense.
Yeah. But one little nitpick I have. Uh, was it just me, or did you not realize that Kamala Khan is currently working for Norman Osborn too?
Is that Kamala?
Yeah, he calls her Kamala, and then we see the person that's judging her is Captain Marvel.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I'm like, that's more of a character assassination than Peter working for Norman, in my opinion.
That also doesn't make sense. She's already been judged.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is going on there? Isn't she, like, supposed to be, like, 14, 15, 16? Is she in on, like, a student internship? What's going on here?
I don't know.
Zeb, explain yourself. Uh,
Uh,
but, yeah, man, there's 2 points in this that, like, almost get me to tear up. And it's when we see who's judging May and when Gwen actually comes back for a couple pages.
but like it's sweet, and there's a lot of things. It's like, and the progenitor as Ben is like doing all this and sees like, oh, she's been missing this guy. Oh damn. Let me be soft for a moment for her.
Yeah.
Um, and the way Peter's just been fucking reacting is just like, this ain't the worst thing in the world, but like, God, I don't want to be dealing with this.
Yeah, I do. His entire attitude this issue is just, I don't have time for this today.
Hi, I acknowledge that you exist. You're here. You're judging me. I guess you can come along.
Mm-hmm. And then actual Gwen shows up and he turns into a blubbering baby man, as he should.
And I love how it wasn't like, oh, dark and tragic that she couldn't stay longer. It's just very much Gwen comes back for a second to basically go like, hey, Peter, it's okay. I forgive you. It's fine. Live your life.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter goes like, I'm sorry I messed up. I'm going to keep trying to be a good man for you.
And I'm
good,
also
good
really
man in your honor.
And I'm also really glad that's how they did it, because like for a split second there, when I first realized it was actually Gwen, I was like, oh fuck, did they actually do it? Is she actually back? Is she gonna become Spider-Gwen in the fucking 616? Oh god, no, fuck, please, no. And then they were like, yeah, she's gone now. And I breathed a massive sigh of relief.
And then the best fucking twist of the issue. Norman looks out and goes like, did I see Gwen? Was she real for a second? No. Shit's just weird. I'm just seeing things. Turn. Gwen's right there.
Gwen is judging him as well, and I think he's gonna get judged unworthy.
Oh, he is being judged unworthy, especially this new, like new on life, Norman.
It's fine, guys. Everything's fine. I got cleansed of my sins. I gave Peter a new suit and a job. It's gonna be fine.
I'm trying really fucking hard. I don't want to be an asshole.
But you still like killed a lot of people and tormented this poor teenage boy.
I know. Why do you think I feel so bad about it? No, that was real good. There's real good, real solid moments.
This is great. If you're not reading Spider-Man right now, if you haven't been reading Spider-Man in a long time, it's worth just picking up this issue, I'd say.
Yeah. What? There we go. You read DC Mech.
Yeah, DC Mech. What is this, issue 3
of 6?
Yes. This series is just continuing to be a lot of fun. There's some cool stuff in this issue. Very Sixth Ranger-y, where like Kal-El is having a hard time leading the team because he's like, no, I should be team leader. I'm the most powerful one. You should all be listening to me. And it's like, dude, your strategy for everything is let me take care of it, and you guys get the civilians to safety. We're not going to do that. Also, Bruce was our team leader for years before you showed up. Calm the hell down. And so that's kind of fun. That's neat to see them going through that. But also, there's some really cool kind of intrigue in this because it's not the League that goes and faces off against Darkseid first. It's Lex Luthor's mecha army that he makes. And it's not even the real one. It's a fake test one he sends to figure out what his actual strategy against Darkseid should be. And the leader of it is Steve Trevor. Lex Luthor uses Steve Trevor as a pawn, and Wonder Woman is like, fuck, we have to go save my boyfriend. And that's the plot of the issue. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Still suggest it for peoples?
Yeah, it's a fun little alternate DC universe thing.
Nice. We both read Hell is a Squared Circle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially entered a renaissance of wrestling comics.
This is neo-noir, this is dark, this is thriller. Damn near a horror book.
This is a fucking Twilight Zone episode, dude.
Yeah.
And yet it still feels firmly rooted in like some of the most poignant themes and commentary on wrestling in the last couple decades.
It's really good.
Go check it out. I don't want to spoil any of it. It's really good. If you liked The Wrestler, you will like this.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really solid. It is a tragedy. It's not a happy end.
Oh yeah.
We both read Superman Space Age.
I don't know if I like this as much as the first one. This felt like a bit of a step down to me.
Oh, fair.
It's still good, but like, and I kind of get it because of where his character ends up by the end of the book, but I just was really weirded out by how much Clark leaned on. But I stopped an asteroid.
I think it's just meant to be more of like yeah, I think it's meant to be more of like it's a point of it's a literary device, not a character device.
Mm-hmm. But it just feels weird for Clark's character is the thing. Like,
and I don't think it's like complaining. It's just more of like I stopped an asteroid. Yeah. Clark, there's a lot more you can do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, but I did stop that asteroid.
That was really hard, you guys. Have you ever chopped firewood? It's a pain in the ass. That's what it sounded like to me.
But it also just feels like this also issue is just about like all the characters realizing the bigger scope and the smaller scope of like what's the scope of the problems they need to solve.
Yeah, because Brainiac shows up and he's like, yo, the fucking multiverse is being torn apart. I need Superman to come help me. And they're like, dude, we can't even comprehend that. We're worried. We're trying to figure out what to do about our Earth. And he's like, shut up, mortals! But no, that's fun. And then like my favorite part of the book was just the more like wholesome character focused stuff. Like I love Lois and Clark's way of getting together in this book. I love that we just immediately cut forward to John being a little baby, and fucking Jor-El's interaction with him was just so much better than what we got in the main universe.
Look, you were a tiny child. I'm so proud of you, son.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like that.
The line is literally just, "Oh, I like this human." Yeah, like that's all I needed. I didn't need them going on a crazy space adventure and John getting aged up. That was the worst thing ever. God damn it!
I also really enjoyed Batman's B plot in this.
Mm-hmm.
Of basically going through the entire plot of year one, Long Halloween, and Robert Pattinson's The Batman, all in the B side of one Superman story.
He just speed runs like some of the most famous Batman stories in 3 pages.
And it works. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. It's good shit.
Yeah. It's still very good. It's just not as good as the first issue. But sure. I'd recommend reading this book. There's going to be another one. I don't know how long it's supposed to go.
It definitely feels like it's one of those, like, once everything is complete, this book might shine a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's totally just, this is a universe before Infinite Crisis.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be I just had an idea. We're about to introduce the infinite multiverse again. What if the end of this book is this world getting reborn in the new infinite multiverse? And then, like, this Superman shows up in the final issue of Dark Crisis.
That'd be fun. Just, like, everyone looks normal how the book is drawn, and, like, Mike Allred just draws that Superman. With the fucking Mike Allred jawline. It's like, the handsome look. It's just like, hello, I'm Superman. What? So handsome. I don't understand what you're talking about. Everyone says handsome.
Earth Prime Superman is just like, oh.
Your fucking chin, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you should see this chin on Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne has a better chin?
Yeah, in every universe.
Huh! Why do you think I keep it exposed? No, it's fun. Also, I really enjoy Green Arrow's very small contribution of just like, yeah, no. When are we gonna dispose of governments that are fucking over people?
You mean the same contribution Green Arrow always has to the Justice League?
Yeah. You read Human Target, book 7.
Human Target is finally back. Let's go, baby! This issue was great because this issue,
shows that you have issues.
We finally found out who poisoned Christopher Chance. Because this issue is all about Christopher finally getting to talk to Fire. They finally caught up to her, and they have this long, drawn-out conversation about basically kind of each other's attitudes towards the opposite sex and how that relates to how they conduct themselves as heroes. That also kind of leads into how they feel about each other, and which is really interesting to read because Christopher is currently dating Ice. So the entire issue, I'm like, is he going to cheat on Ice with Fire? What the fuck is happening here?
Isn't he supposed to die, though?
Yeah. But then at the end of it, we see like, oh, they're best friends. They wouldn't do that to each other. They meet up, and it's like Fire's very happy for Ice, but also very upset because she says, "Yeah, I got the poison. I was given the poison by Martian Manhunter, but I didn't use it. I decided against it because I decided I was better than that. And then Guy Gardner asked me for it. Christopher Chance has already killed the man who poisoned him.
Oof.
There's 2 issues left to this book. No, there's 4 issues left to this book. This is a 12-issue book. Oh, God. What the fuck happens next? I have no idea. I love it. It's great. And as always, Doc Shaner's art is beautiful.
Nice.
Well worth the wait.
Isn't it Greg Smallwood, the artist?
Oh, yeah, Greg Smallwood. I don't know why I said Doc Shaner.
I don't know.
He must have written another King project or drawn another King project recently that I was thinking of.
I read Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Avengers.
What?
This is a one-shot, just add a little bit more story and like detail. For specifically Tony Stark. They're inside the Eternal. They're trying to make their way to the off button. And Tony gets blasted by psychic shit. And he's in a vision landscape dream world. And the progenitor's basically going like, hey, Tony, you're a really big fuck up, ain't you?
A little bit, yeah.
And he goes like, yeah, no, you fucking, you did this. And Tony goes like, Tony does the things. He's like, yeah, but I'm trying. I can't disappoint. Steve is out there. He's trying to help people. I can't disappoint Steve. The progenitor just shows him the end of Civil War, where Steve is on the slab and he's just looking down on him.
Oh,
yeah. Are you sure you don't want to disappoint Steve? And Tony's just like, God damn it.
Tony's just like, that's not fair. All right. There were extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, sure. Just like there's always extenuating circumstances. Like when you killed your friends, when you had the powers of a god. And he just shows Rhodey with like the neck turned too far. And Rhodey's just going like, yeah, man, you fucking killed us. We still remember. That's kind of fucked up, isn't it? And he goes, and like, Tony just like tries to grab Rhodey's head and turns it the right way, and it just falls off.
I love that. That's great.
And then the progenitor twists the knife and goes like, yeah, dude, just think about it. If you were able to keep your shit together a few more weeks, you'd be able to use that power against me. But you couldn't, because you're Tony Stark and you're a fuck up.
Oh, that's great.
And it's just like a long list of Tony Stark fuck-ups. And he's just subjecting Tony through them. And then finally...
And then at the end, he just hands him a bottle of Jack, like, here you go.
Oh, no. It's crueler.
Oh, no.
He puts Tony in the back seat of his parents' car the day they crash.
Oh, fuck, dude.
The car crashes. He is outside the car and he goes, "For a while, I wanted it to be an assassination or some big plot. But in the end, it was just a cruel car crash." And then the progenitor, as Howard Stark, goes, "Come on, boy. Don't put that on yourself. It was just a car crash. And despite all of it, I'm proud of you." And then Tony wakes up and he goes, "God fucking shit. What happened, Tony? We're still being judged. Oh, fuck. Jesus. We gotta stop this. There's still a chance we can win." But I'd say it's crueler because Tony knows it's false. And he just basically says everything he wants to hear from his dad. As just kind of like, this is what you want, right? Even though it's 100% completely false and I'm a monster in your eyes. And it's just like, it's really good. It's a really good issue.
Okay.
We both read Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
I don't remember this issue at all.
The British
this.
people fucking steal the rings, and they get a magic person to fucking deal with it.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Who's this lady? I remember recognizing
Tinkerbell. Well, she calls herself Tink.
Yeah, she was in something before. I don't remember what.
Who knows?
But
also
she looks like she needs to be a Marvel Legends.
Yeah, but she goes like, "Hey, I know what to deal with fucking magic shit. You put it in a rock. It's a Merlin." But it makes a portal to a fucking worm, spelled WYRM.
Yeah, they're weird demon worms that fucking zombie you.
They're just like, "Come join us." And Shang-Chi just shows up and goes like, "Give me my fucking rings back." He pulls it out of the rock. He beats the worm. And Tink goes like, "Well, he did pull it out of the rock."
Yeah, he earned them. Leave him alone.
And he just leaves. And then fucking two Chinese ghosts go like, "Fucking putting shit in rocks. Such a weird fucking Western shit to do. What the fuck?" Alright, well, cool. We're gonna do a tournament.
Tournament arc, let's go, baby!
It's good. Shang-Chi's fun.
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm just going to give you the briefest ideas of what's happening. They are in a white void that the Phoenix is born in, and they're all having to deal with the Phoenix Force and getting it out of Galactus's mom. That's pretty much the issue. The Beyonder's there, and he fights and the Beyonder throws a blender at the Phoenix Force. And he basically goes like, "I could have thrown something more, but I've already made a blender, so here you go." He's great in this. And they wind up in this weird place with a fucking obscure Marvel character that I looked at the Wikipedia page and I briefly skimmed it and I don't remember and I'll need to read it more. That's all you need to know.
Oh, real shit.
Tell me about the Power Rangers.
Yes, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue
No, Power Rangers
finally came out this week after months of hullabaloo and bullshit and blah 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 blah. It is good. I like it.
It's funny to me that you just have a bunch of like OCs, the MMPR guys, and like 2 in Space Dudes.
Yeah. Not even 2 in Space Dudes, just N in Space. Oh no, Satan is on the cover. Satan's barely in the issue, Jesus. But yeah, it's they all go to a distant planet to fight the Death Ranger and deal with all his bullshit. And the Death Omega Ranger has a new spikier design, so you can tell he's evil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good fight. Fight happens, it's cool. Billy comes up with a new weapon to separate the Death Ranger from Jason. All the supporting characters from Sanctuary show up to help. It's good times. Uh, and then they shoot Jason with the weapon, and Andros goes and grabs him, and they fall through the morphing grid together. And there's like a bunch of flashbacks to different points from throughout Parrot's run. Different points from all over the Boom comics. Like we get a flashback to all the Rangers from across the multiverse showing up in Shattered Grid, and it's redrawn, new artwork redrawn by the artists who originally drew those issues. They got a bunch of artists back for this.
That's cute.
Yeah, and it's good and it's fun. It's kind of like we get one last deep dive into Jason's character because it ends on a new scene, a flashback to him and his mom talking, because remember his mom died recently. And it's very much like just kind of like a normal conversation between them that very quickly dovetails into, hey, you need to let me go. It wasn't your fault. You weren't here. You had important shit to do. It's fine. Yeah. But like it's actually kind of poignant and hits because of all the shit that's been happening with Jason in the last few issues. And then he wakes up and they've beaten the bad guy. The Death Ranger goes into retreat. And then does the make my monster grow thing, and we get the Dragon Thunder Zord, which is the Dragon Zord with Thunder Zord parts taped onto it. Okay, I'm sure somebody wanted to see that for however many years it's been since season 2. And then they beat it again, and then the teams all go their separate ways again. Billy helps Andros make the healing chamber for Zane from in space, so we set that up. Then Journey ages up again and becomes an old woman and dies, and it's very sad. She acknowledges that Zach and Trini are her parents. And then Jason says his goodbyes, because part of being zapped with the weapon Billy made was he was completely separated from the morphing grid. And they say permanently. I don't believe that. I don't fucking believe that for a second, because this man hasn't become Zeo Gold yet.
Yeah.
So, but there's like a big long sequence of kind of like Jason narrating the last few pages, talking about like, yeah, I've loved being a Power Ranger and it's an important job, but we all know we can't do it forever. And I need to... He basically does the Dino Thunder Tommy thing of being like, I need to figure out who Jason Lee Scott is. I need to go spend some time just being a kid with my dad and kind of healing from mom's death. And maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't. I'm definitely going to come back when we get to Zeo. But in the meantime,
in 10 years,
the power is in good hands.
All right.
Because Ryan Parrott is leaving the book and Melissa Flores is taking over with the next issue. And it was pretty good. Like I sounded a little bland and glossed over it, but that's just because it's very by the numbers Power Rangers finale of a story arc stuff. But it's well done. It leaves on a good note. And I kind of like, for now, Ryan Parrott getting the final say on Jason, because he had done like all the most poignant Jason issues up till now. So to kind of have that be like his big mark of like, he's the guy who unlocked what Jason's character is for the first time, and then he gets to write Jason out of the comics for a while. It makes sense, and it's a fitting end to Parrott's run.
Nice. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, cool. You also read Action Comics.
Yes, Action Comics, the first issue of the post Warworld saga, which is Kal-El Returns, Chapter 1, Double Sun. Because this issue is a little weird, because you should actually probably read the backup first, because it takes place just before the first scene, which is Tao finally wakes up from her healing coma, and Kara and Connor and John are there, and they're talking to her like, "Oh, hey, it's great you're back. Where's Superman? He went to Warworld to free your people. Is he okay? We don't know. We haven't heard from him in a couple weeks." And then I see that Kara is wearing the fucking pants costume. So apparently, because she wasn't wearing it in the last issue of Action Comics, but she's wearing it or the last issue she appeared in, but she's wearing it in this issue. So I'm guessing like the couple of weeks it's been since the last issue in Universe, Woman of Tomorrow happened in, but that makes no goddamn sense because it was only a couple of weeks and Woman of Tomorrow takes place over like almost a year. It's just bizarre. I hate. Like I've gone on my rant about why I inherently don't like the pants costume, and it doesn't make sense to introduce it into current comics. But this especially was egregious to me. I was just like, "Fucking real." Okay. But that was my one nitpick of the issue, because then the Earth starts shaking, and they're like, "Oh God, we're under attack." No, Clark shows up and he brings Warworld with him.
Damn.
Because remember, he won. He beat Mongol, and he's just like, well, everybody here was enslaved and done wrong, and we got to get them back to where they need to go. So I guess I'm just gonna. The planet moves. I guess I'm just gonna bring it with me. And he shows up with the outsiders, and they're all there, and he's like, "Oh God, it's so good to see you guys!" And there's a big super family hug. But we established that some of the higher up henchmen did escape, and now they're on Earth, and they're going to be doing shit to fuck with Superman. And then in the issue proper, we actually open at Stryker's Island. I'm sorry, it's called in DC Universe, where Metallo is being visited in prison by his sister. And this version of Metallo is like especially sad because he's like all fucking busted up. His eye is falling out. He's missing his legs and one of his arms, and he can't talk. He's able to project words onto a monitor that's next to him. So his sister shows up. Apparently, she's been having regular monthly visits for however it's been since the last time he escaped. And she's trying to be like really nice and supportive and like, look, I don't think you're a bad person. You just got put into a bad situation and you did what you had to do. Maybe what you got money that our family needed. Maybe if I explained to some people what you did, maybe they could take better care of you. Maybe you could get your voice box back at least. And he just puts on the screen, no.
He just wants to wallow in the misery.
Mm-hmm. But then we see sort of the fallout of Superman bringing Warworld to Earth's orbit after a very cute scene of him rescuing a family in a minivan, and the child in the back offering his stuffed animal as thanks. The fucking UN is like, yo, Superman, you put a whole other planet that's full of like criminals and crazy warrior people in orbit above the planet. What the hell is going on? Are you actually trying to invade like Lex warned us about? And he's like, no, it's fine. Everyone on that planet is either a psychopath that I've already put in a prison on that planet, or there's someone who is there against their will and just wants to go home. Me and the Justice League are going to help these people get to their homes, but they have to be close to Earth for us to do that. And some of them can't actually go home because their home was destroyed by Mongol. And those people, we would like to try have immigrate into various countries across the world. Would anyone be willing to help with that? And Lex is watching, and he's just like, unfucking believable. I guess it's time to go talk to my old friend Metallo. While that's happening, because Lex goes and does some recon on the planet as well before he goes to talk to Metallo. But then we get a really nice kind of double page splash just catching up with Clark and Lois. They're just kind of hovering above Metropolis, and we establish that the two kids that Clark kind of won over and saved in the big finale who are of the lost tribe of Krypton and had lost their parents. Him and Lois are thinking about adopting now.
Oh.
Yeah, which is really interesting, especially because of the way Lois talks about it, because she's like, I can see that these kids need help, and I can see that you want to help them, but I'm a little hesitant because of how things ended up with John. I still, I still love John. He's still our boy, but he grew and got out of the nest way too fast, and I feel like I miss so much, and I'm still hurting from that. I don't know if I want to do kids again already, but they're not him, is what Clark says. And she's like, I know, Clark, I know. We still have John, and he has us, and we have each other. But man, who do they have? And that's kind of where we leave that issue for now. We then cut over to Lex going to talk to Metallo, and he's and he's doing the classic Lex talking to Metallo stuff. Ah, John Corbin, American hero, wronged by the alien. You know, I could give you a new robot body with new kryptonite, and you could be a badass again. And Metallo's just like, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
He just doesn't. He's just like, I just want to sit here and not fuck shit up.
Mm-hmm. And then Lex is like, look, I hear you. I know it's gone bad for us in the past, but let me sweeten the pot a little. Warworld's equivalent of a mother box. I'm gonna put that in your new body, and that's the cliffhanger.
Mm.
So yeah, this book is still really good, going really strong. It's the same writer keeping on, but we've got a new artist who exquisitely painted looking stuff.
Nice.
And I'm still very much digging what's going on in Action Comics. It's a good time to be a DC fan. Action and Detective are both good. Batman's good. We don't have a dedicated Clark Kent Superman book, but we have the John Kent book, and the John Kent book is fucking great.
Thanks. We both read Thunderbolts issue 2.
This issue was awesome.
This issue was cute as fuck. Because this is pure superheroes as a business enterprise and just dealing with the bullshit.
And just like so much like classic Marvel cornball with the mascot showing up.
Igro.
Yeah.
And just like, alright, cool, we gotta fucking fight a Kirby ass monster. And just all that stuff. It's Hawkeye being a genuinely good leader when Power Man goes like, man, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Why are you apologizing? You tried your hardest.
Yeah. Because Irgo whips the shit out of everyone, and then a hungover America Chavez shows up and just, like, ends the fight in 2 seconds. And he's like, oh, God, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was fighting superheroes. Can I be on your team? Yes, you have mascot appeal.
Because the kids were loving him. He's great. He's just like, hey, what's up? I'm unbreakable.
Yeah. It's good times. Also, Monica's here now.
Yeah, Monica's here. She's helping out. Just everybody's generally trying, and it's fun. Like, no one, like, everyone has secrets, but no one feels like they're being malicious. It's like they're all genuinely trying to be superheroes.
I have a feeling this book is going to be remembered in very much the way Superior Foes of Spider-Man is. Like, it's not going to change the face of the Marvel Universe, but some of the stuff that happens in it will affect the way these characters work going forward, and it's going to have, like, its super diehard fans for the rest of the time.
Yeah. Also, we've been complaining about having speech bubbles on comic book covers for the past few weeks.
This one works because it's a homage to classic Kirby books.
It's a homage to classic Kirby books, and it's a funny fucking joke. Yeah. Because you see a caption, ergo the Unbreakable. Who is that? It literally says the name in the caption. Which is cute. It's funny.
Yeah.
You read Robin #1.
So you were bitching about the art in Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
I can barely see it. Hold on.
It's gonna focus. Hang on. Come on, focus. You focused every other time I showed my phone camera. Come on. There we go.
What?
Look at these bean-headed motherfuckers.
What are those feet?
What are those feet? What is going on in this book? Look, I get that we just made Tim Drake bi, and we're trying to appeal to the LGBTQ audience, but that doesn't mean the art has to be so quirky that it just looks bad.
No, and the cover looks hype as fuck.
Yeah.
Who did the
And
cover?
here's the thing. But where's the fucking credits page? Is it at the end? Did they do that bullshit? Hang on. No, it must be the even dumber thing of putting it like right in the middle or something like that for a big action beat. Okay, here we go. Rodrigo Lopez Ortiz drew the cover. Who drew the interiors?
Rossmo? Because that's the name that I see. It's Fitzmartin Rossmo Voltage.
Riley Rossmo, yeah. And Megan Fitzmartin was the writer. And to the book's credit, it is actually written really well. Like, the writing carries this book. Which is kind of how I generally like it, but I also really like good comic book art. And here's the thing, like, they do cool stuff with the art in this. Like, there's one really cool page early on where it's like Tim's caption boxes have all these little lines going to the different characters of like, oh, this is this person, this is how I know this person, blah blah blah. There's a page later on where we see where Tim's living right now. Tim is currently living on a boat, and we see like a cross section of his boat.
Yeah.
That's cool. I just don't like the way this person draws people. But
shame, because again, that cover hype as fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, the actual contents of this is pretty cool. It's very much new status quo for Tim Drake, spinning out of urban legends where he's still in Gotham, but he's in the harbor district. He's living in a little marina where there's a lot of houseboats, and it's very much this thing of like, it's a bunch of weirdos and like kind of disenfranchised people living on these houseboats, and they're being targeted for that, kind of playing into the whole LGBTQ thing, and using that allegory. But the villain is also very fun and plays into more classic Tim Drake characterization, because they're using like plots from old mystery novels, which is really fun. And also, we get oh god, what is her name? Darcy Thomas, who is one of the Robins from We Are Robin, a book from back during the Snyder era of Batman, which was about the children of Gotham, like some of the older teenagers taking inspiration from Robin and forming a gang of vigilantes, kind of trying to clean up the streets themselves. And she was one of the main characters of that. I think that's where Duke Thomas originates from as well. And she shows up in this book and basically goes like, hey, what's up, Tim? We haven't seen each other in forever, and I wanted to check in on you. Also, I'm your sidekick now. Because when the murder that kicks off that's like the inciting incident for the mystery of the book happens, and Tim goes to investigate it in his Robin costume, she just puts on a domino mask and a purple hoodie and goes up to the detective, and he's like, so who the hell are you? And she's like, just call me Sparrow. So we have yet another bird in the Bat family. And I like her. She's kind of spunky and fun, but not in an annoying way. And she works very good as like keeping Tim on task, because he'll get very in his head about like, oh, the villain's using a plot from this story, and I wonder how that connects to the last one, or what they're gonna do next, and how do I stop this? Blah, 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 blah. And she'll go like, hey, the fucking monster is gonna kill the detective. Stop it. And he's like, oh yeah, shit, right. So this is a fun first issue. I'm gonna give the second issue a shot, but I really don't like the way this artist draws humans. Like, Tim's head in this panel, fucking literal bean. What the fuck?
That's like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there is one scene with his boyfriend, and it's very cute.
Fair enough.
But I think that's everything I read this week. Have you read anything else?
Well, that's the last comic on the list, so no. Hey, we read all the
No?
comics. We did all the news. Dear God. I'm starting to fade, so tell the people where they can find you.
Hey everybody, I'm the Vacuuminator. I make video analysis about tokusatsu over on youtube.com/the Vacuuminator. Videos have been a little slow going this year and are on an indefinite hold at the moment because I'm trying to get up funds for a new computer. Hopefully I'll have that all sorted out by the end of the month and we can get out some videos for the holidays. But for the meantime, check out my backlog at youtube.com/the Vacuuminator. Also follow me on twitter.com/the Vacuuminator and Instagram at the _Vacuuminator, where I post action figure photography. I actually posted my first photo set of the Renew Your Vows pack today, and it really popped off. So that was nice.
That's nice. Yeah, hell. Glad you had fun.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking around the whole time, Hell. Usually everybody has dropped off by this point.
So, hey, howdy. I'm a Boingo writer, Chris. Hello. I do a variety of content. Would you like to see some Twitch streams? Twitch.tv/Boingo Writer. Would you like to see some social media on a variety of things? Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Boingo_Writer. I make a variety of YouTube content. Check it out, Boingo Writer on YouTube. And hey, would you like to hang out, talk with both of us and other people? Join my Discord server. Link in the description. Yeah.
Yee.
But this has been a No Price podcast, our comic book podcast, part of Modular Media. We also have a variety of other podcasts, including but not limited to Components, where we just hang out and shoot the shit. And it's
It's fine.
We also have Twit. Would you like to tell the people about Twit?
This week in Tokusatsu is where myself and Buster Corp discuss all the latest news and releases from the wild world of Japanese special effects. And it's going to be our biggest episode ever this week. We got the back half of Dino Fury Season 2. We've got PulseCon. We've got the trademark for the newest Super Sentai. Shin Ultraman unexpectedly dropped. So I'm going to watch that immediately following this for the show. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy episode. Subscribe, ring the bell, and be here on Tuesday for that drop.
Do it. Ring the bell. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. Stay around. Until next time. Hey, do you have anything else you want to say?
Cassie and Scott are a great duo. We need more of them in the Marvel Universe.
Enough said.